do you break through the noise? A copywriting secret. In fact, it's a really big copywriting secret, because today, if you can't break through the noise, you're basically screwed, right? I mean, like this YouTube video, I'm going to be lucky if I've got, I don't know, 5 people watching live. I have more people watch on replays, sometimes up to 1,000 people. Typically more like 100 or 200, but just today, breaking through the noise is a big challenge. You go over on Facebook and you make a post, and unless you really, have a trick or two up your sleeve, it's like a crickets. It's like a ghost town, right? Well, this is not a new problem. This is one copywriters have been facing since before the year 2000. And I learned a lot about copywriting from a guy named Bob Serling way the heck back. And Bob taught a method back then of cutting through the noise. I mean, back then we felt like we had a lot of noise. I mean, we had no idea what was coming, right? We had just no idea. So he taught this secret, and this is one of the best secrets I've ever learned. You know what? No one teaches this. I don't see anyone teaching what I'm about to share with you. So welcome. Glad you came today. That's a smart choice you made to be here. Give me a shout out. Let me know what city, country you're from, because I got people join our little broadcast here from all over. So you're in the right place. I'm going to share the secret with you right now. Here's how it goes. You make a big promise that's legal and FTC compliant, but as much as you can do, a compliant promise that stretches believability, right? That stretches believability. Then what you're going to do is back it up immediately with credibility. And Bob pointed this out. See, in the old days, it was attention, interest, desire, proof, or conviction, action. You'd put the proof at the bottom of your sales letter. Bob said, no. See, this secret helped me sell 70,000 products. This one secret, I say, yeah, help me sell 70,000 products and make my first. When I first applied this secret, I went from being a starving copywriter working in about a 400 square foot room writing sales copy to making up to $7,500 in one day and more, 30, 40, 50,000 in a month, basically from this secret and a few other copywriting secrets that I learned from Bob. And here's why it's so powerful. Is you immediately back it up with credibility, usually testimonials, but not necessarily. So an amazing formula. I made this really big claim, huge claim, that stretched believability. Your products, the amazing formula sells products like crazy. Your products sell like crazy or triple your money back. That was the big claim. Now, when you make such a gigantic claim, and it's interesting because people would say a triple your money back guarantee, that doesn't work. It's not believable and everything. No, it actually worked. Now, if you do a guarantee like that, it's conditional, and you also have an unconditional guarantee. What you do not want to do is only a conditional guarantee, or you're going to get fried. Trust me, you'll just get fried. So anyway, the letters start out, if you want to sell your products by the hundreds or even the thousands, listen up. There's a lot of noise in the market today, and it's really hard to know who to believe. So immediately I go into my believability, my credibility. It's hard to know who to believe. Here's 4 reasons or 5 reasons, I don't remember what I said, to listen to me, right? To believe me. And boom, boom, boom. I hit with the hardest core proof that I had. And then not too long after that, I presented my testimonials, which grew to 100 pages of testimonials. So last night on my Fast Track Mentoring call, Anthony was there, and Anthony bought from that sales letter way back when he was really young. And he read all the testimonials from beginning to end. If you printed it out, it was like 100 pages. It wasn't 100 pages online, but if you printed them all out, because I did, it was literally 100 pages. So I made this huge claim that stretched believability, as compliant as I could make it. I worked hard in that letter to make it a compliant claim with the FTC rules. And then I immediately hit as hard as I possibly could on credibility. It has some really great credibility. Like I mentioned that my best client when I was a copywriter is worth $600 million, and so forth. So I hit on 4 or 5 pieces of credibility. Then I go into the rest of my story, but then I add in a subhead that I had over 100 pages of testimonials as proof. So see, I made this huge, giant promise that stretched believability and credibility. By the way, give me a shout out. Let me know what city, country you're listening from. I always like to hear where people are. I made this huge, giant claim that stretched credibility and then immediately backed it up with my best proof. And then I added the testimonials in a sub. Now, I could have, what Bob would often do is take his 2 or 3 best testimonials, or at least one, and put it right under the headline, sometimes above. I'm just doing this from memory, sometimes above, sometimes below the headline. Now, I learned a lot of other things from Bob about what he called the power offer and about the structure of a sales letter. He had the original formula he had was 13 points. I remembered off the top of my head that it was 16 steps. It was actually only 13. But I took it and created my own steps. So it's 12 steps. That's what I taught 120 seminars around the world. But I learned because Bob was the first person to my knowledge, and I never studied Brian Keith Boyle's copywriting product. There's only a couple copywriting products at the time. But Bob was the first person I saw that broke it down into 13 steps. Before that, it was a mystery. It was like, well, attention, interest, desire, action, problem, agitate, solve, Dan Kennedy's formula. Problem, agitate, solve. Well, that's not enough to write a sales letter from. It's a great formula to begin a sales letter. It ain't a great formula to write the whole sales letter, right? So if you want to cut through the noise, try this formula. I mean, it sold 70,000 products for me of different products. I use this formula time and time and time again, where I would make the strongest claim that I could compliantly and legally make, and then back it up early on with the best proof or credibility or believability that I could marshal. Sometimes I would present a snippet of the proof right up front and then more proof later in the letter. It depended on the letter and how big the claim was and how much proof I felt needed to buy time for them to read the rest of the letter. So if you're a copywriter or you're writing your own sales letters, your own things. So I'm going to give you an example and then I'll be out of here. I have a letter right now that's not performing the way that I wanted. So I went back and I thought through this formula. And I thought, you know what? My claim, my promise, my headline did not stretch believability whatsoever. In fact, it stretched believability so little that it wasn't particularly desirable in today's enormously competitive market for attention. So I went back to the drawing board and I said, okay, well, what can I say here? What headline can I write that would really make people go, yeah, really, right? And then I have the opportunity to prove it, but at least I get them to read. Then, you got to be able to bring the goods. You got to be able to prove it. You got to be able to back it up. If you can't back it up, all you got is somebody who's a skeptical non-customer, which is just not real desirable, right? Now, by the way, if you've listened this far, then that tells me you're a freak. in a good way. You're an unusual person because most people listen 15 or 30 seconds and then pop off. I can't say that that's a credit to my presentation skills. I'm just telling you what happened. So if you're still here, what you need to do is go to trymmm.pro and get a $1 trial of my weekly newsletter. So I do a newsletter every week. And I mean, this is not like other people's newsletters. This is minimum 8 to 12 pages and sometimes 15 or 20 or even 25 if I really get carried away. That doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen, right? But I mean, I really deep dive into stuff in this newsletter and I produce it every Saturday. And again, you can get a $1 trial at trymmm.pro. And links to my other products and things are below in the description. If you would like to see the original sales letter that I did, let's see if we can bring this up here. I'll see if I can bring it up. Now, I don't think I have still that headline. Let's go look and see what I have. I haven't been over here in a long time. Check out amazingformula.com. See what my... So see, this one is toned down. I don't even like the formatting on this is wrong. It should, there's no reason to have a colon after discover. How did that happen? I have no idea how that happened, right? Your products sell like crazy or your money back. You see, it's far stronger. If we go to archive.org, you can see the original version. Let's see here. We'll go back here to 2000. I don't know what happened back here in 2006. Let's just go take a quick look at it. See what the headline is back then. All right. Got 11 powerful bribes that a product site crazy to be your money back. Yeah, I changed the top headline there back in 2006. I actually don't like that, the way I changed that headline. Can we go back further? Let's go check out 2004. That's when it really kind of got some strong traffic here. Let's go check it out. All right. Here was my pop-up. Amazingly enough, this pop-up code, I don't know how, but it still works. My fly-in code there still, I should actually copy this and use it on other things. Okay, I still got that same, I do not like that headline version of it. I don't know why I was using that one, but it seemed to be working well. It got a heck of a lot of traffic at that point, right? I increased it to 11 bonuses, right? But I'm not really a fan of that. All right, so let's go back further. Let's try 2001. Archive.org doesn't go back to 97, which is when I launched it. So you really don't get the full picture here. Let's just see, though, what we got. Okay, well, this one really sucks. I'm not a fan of that one at all. All right, let's try. Let's try it. I changed this letter a lot for no good reason. I had no reason to be changing the letter. I mean, I did split test, though. Okay, so this was the original one. Your products sell like crazy or triple your money back. Discovery Maze Forum sells products like crazy. And here's here's what I'm saying. Sub it across, very simple form. It says products like crazy. If you're interested in selling your products by the 100,000, listen up. On the internet, it's tough to know who to believe. There's so many people making, wow, another pop-up that actually worked. On the internet, it's tough to know who to believe. There's so many people making ridiculous claims. It's insane. It's like day after day, you get hit with hype, pitch after pitch. In a moment, I'll tell you specifically what I do for you. But first, here's why you should believe me to begin with. Here are 4 good reasons to believe what I say. 1, I'm not going to promise you you'll make $50,000 a year. That's total lie. I don't know you just because your background. How can I guarantee this? 2, several thousand people paid $3,000 to hear me at one-day seminars, which is true. This year, I'll speak at prestigious seminars in London, England, Bermuda, and Las Vegas. 3, I have had a life selling products outside the internet. blah, blah, blah. I've had clients and so forth. So that was my proof. And then here I had my 100 pages of testimonials. And if you printed these out, there actually were 100 pages there. Freaking unbelievable amount of testimonials, right? Like, look, the pages just keep on going. So that was the original letter there. All right, let me get my video back here. There we go. That was a little bit crazy. All right, so you see what I'm saying there? I made the promise, products sell like crazy, triple your money back. And then I went into, here are 4 good reasons to believe what I say. And then I went into the 100 pages of testimonials in the subhead. This formula, I know it's maybe like, oh, Marlon, I know that. Or no, actually, people don't do this. You do not see people typically do this. You don't see it, right? Now, there's other ways that I've done it on other letters. I'll show you one other way that I did it. Let me go ahead and see if I can bring this back up here. Let's try the traffic. No, let's try getitgoing.com. I think I like this letter better. Not get emoji, getitgoing.com. All right. So here's another way I did the same thing. The promise, point and click marketing system, turn selling your products into a virtual no-brainer. Now, honestly, that's kind of a lame promise. But again, I'm trying to be legally compliant here, but also make a good claim. I talked about, I added in the uniqueness. Here was my guarantee. I had a quadruple guarantee on this one, which is over the top. Here was my credibility, which I think for this letter was a little lame, but it worked. The bonuses were drop dead killer, right? And so, but basically I did the same formula. I maybe don't like the execution as well, although I use this formula a lot, and it worked well. This is a Bob Serling technique of putting the offer, at the top of the letter. Not a lot of people do that anymore, but it's a method that works. If you got a really, really strong offer and you're going to a warm audience, like mine either went to my customers or to affiliates. Well, the affiliate traffic is warm traffic. You can lead with your offer. If you're going to cold traffic, you probably can't lead with your offer like that. But if you're going to warm traffic, you can lead with your offer. So anyway, well, listen, give me a shout. If you're watching this on the replay or live, give me a shout out. Let me know what city and country you're watching from. If you got any topics you'd like to hear me cover in live streams, let me know. Do appreciate you watching today. If you go down below, I've got free stuff at resellertoolkit.com/kitchen sink. I got 3 or 4 or 5 free reports there and different things. Some of my low price stuff, and then some of my premium products are there also. And do appreciate you watching today. Try this method out because I sold 70,000 products for me. It might do pretty well for you. You have a good day.